Hey guys, we're going to do page 3 of the study guide. Let's do it. It says a ranger spots a forest fire standing on a 23-meter tower. So there's my tower. The angle of depression from the tower. So looking down is 20 degrees, which means the angle looking up would also be 20 degrees. To the nearest meter, how far is the fire to the base of the tower? So this is what we're solving for. Okay. So let's just follow our steps. If this is the reference angle, we would label this opposite and this adjacent. And we don't have anything for the hypotenuse, right? So we want the trig function tangent. So the tangent of 20 is opposite over adjacent. And the tangent of 20 is 23 over x. So we want to swap positions, right? That'll clean that up. So x is equal to 23 over the tangent of 20. So let's just practice typing that in. 23 divided by the tangent of 20, enter, okay. Round to the nearest meter. So I get 63.19, so that would just round to 63 meters. Okay. What do we got here? Okay, EF is 2x minus 12. FG is 3x minus 15. The whole thing, EG is 23. Right? So I've read the problem, copied it down in the picture. Now let's solve. So these don't look equal, and that's not what it says. It says this thing and this thing together combine to make 23. So this EF plus FG should combine to make the whole thing EG. So EF, the 2x minus the 12 plus 3x minus the 15 should combine to make 23. So how would we combine this? Does that make sense? So we get that. Okay, so x is 10. Well, what's that going to make EF? EF, we know, is 2 times x, so if that's 10, minus the 12, so 20 minus 12 is 8. And then FG is 3 times x, so 3 times 10 minus 15, so 30 minus 15 is 15. So now let's just double check. EG, the whole thing is supposed to be 23. So if we add these together, we get 23. So we know we got it right. We checked it off. All right. What if T is the midpoint? Well, if that is the midpoint, then these two should be equal to each other. So let's solve. So if I subtract 4x, I get 5x. Right? 5x is 25. So we get x is 5. Now let's check our work. If x is 5, what is ST? So ST is 9x, but we said x is 5, so 9 times 5 is 45. Now let's look at TU. TU is 4x plus 25, so if we plug in 5 for the x, we get 20 plus 25, which is 45. Now this should make sense. That's 45, that's 45. What is the whole thing? 90. Now it's not 90 degrees. These are lengths. Those are lengths. Okay. 16. I think we did this one in class, depending on which class it is. This word bisect means this ray right here, cut that angle in half. So this whole angle here, whatever it was, got cut in half. So angle 1 and angle 2 are equal to each other because that's what bisect means. So let's set them equal, and let's see what happens when we solve it. All right, so we get x is 10. Now let's solve for these angles. So this angle here is 8x minus 23. Let's solve for that. So this first angle, 8x minus 23, well, x is 10. So 8 minus 23 is 7, 6, 57. And we're hoping this other one is the same. LMO. LMO. Oh, I wrote that wrong. LMO is the one I solved for already. Okay. OMN. OMN. OMN or NMO, that's the same angle. The second angle is 2 times x plus 37. So 2 times 10 plus 37 is 20 plus 37, which is also 57. So what is LMN? That's going to be both. So if this is 57 and that's 57, the whole thing would be 14, carry the 1, 114. All right, let's see how this one looks the same. Let's make sure we don't get this wrong. So LMN, that's the whole angle. Ooh, the whole angle is 5x minus 23. LMO is x plus 32. Okay, so this one's a little bit harder, right? So angle 1 equals angle 2. That's the definition of bisector, but we don't know what angle 1 is. We have nothing. We could substitute x plus 32, right? Because we know that they're equal. That doesn't help me get any further, but we know that they're equal. That's the definition of bisector. So this angle, angle 1 plus angle 2, has to add up to the whole angle. So this time, angle 1 is x plus 32. The other angle we don't know. So we get also, but we know it's equal to the first angle, so we could substitute the same expression in. But this time is a little different. We know the final angle, LMN, is 5x minus 23. Okay, so let's solve this one. All right. Minus 2x, we get 3x. All right, 87 divided by 3, we get 29. Okay, so x is 29. So let's do it. And let's see if all this works out. So if we substitute this back in, if x is, this is x plus 32 is this first angle. So 29 plus 32 is 61. We know this angle is 61, and the whole thing has to be 61 plus 61, which would be 122. Okay, so the first angle we think is 61. LMN we think is 122, and the other angle is 61. So let's double check it. If I plug in for the whole angle, LMN, if I plug in 29 here, this will help me make sure I got the answer right. All right, let's plug that in. So 5 times 29 minus the 23. I get 122. That's what I was hoping for. So definitely we got that right. Okay, now let's practice this one. This word supplementary means two angles that add up to 180. That's the definition of supplementary. Okay, so angle 1 and angle 2. So x is 57. So what does that mean? So let's plug that in. So the measure of angle 1 is x minus 27, right? But if we plug in 57, 57 minus 27 is 30. All right, now let's do the same for angle 2. Angle 2 is x plus 93. But if we think x is 57, let's add those together. All right, 150. Cool. And the 30 degrees and 50 degrees are supplementary because those two numbers do add up to 180. Thanks for joining us.